Number 4, these ones are ones that are going to have fractions. If there is a fraction, we like to get rid of the fractions right away by multiplying by what's in the denominator. In this case, we have a 6 in the denominator. So I'm going to multiply by 6, cancel that fraction out of there. R minus P is equal to, and S times 6, we would write as 6 S's then. Now I can go ahead and solve for P. If I want to solve this for P, there are 2 different things I could do again. Since my P is negative, one thing I could do is I could move my P to the other side to make it positive. So R equals 6S plus P. Now to get the P by itself, I need to move the 6S to the other side. So I'm going to minus that. R minus 6S is going to equal P. And there's my answer. Now most people don't think about moving that P over right away. So another way, like we normally would solve, if I have R minus P equals 6S, normally you look and you say, oh, I want to solve that for P. The first thing I want to do is move that R. So if I'm moving that R, I'm going to minus my R. I get negative P equals 6S minus R. I then have to worry about getting rid of that negative sign. We have to remember that means negative 1P, so what we're doing is dividing by negative 1. Negative divided by a negative makes that a positive. A positive divided by a negative makes that negative 6S. Negative divided by a negative makes that a positive R. And you can see R minus 6x, S, and negative 6S plus R, those are the same answers, just 2 different ways again of doing it. I like to probably do everything in the same order. I don't have an issue not knowing what to do with that negative sign, but if you do forget the negative sign, then you might want to try this first way where you get rid of the negative sign right away by moving that to the other side and making it a positive. So again, it's up to you which way you prefer. Both of them work. Both answers are correct. And you only have to really worry about that when your variable is negative that you're trying to solve for. Number 5, if I want to solve that for D, first thing I'm going to do, get rid of my fraction. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 6, cancel out my fraction. So 6A is equal to B minus C plus D. I want to solve this one for D. My D value is positive in this case, so that means I want to move the B and the C to the other side. I'm doing adding and subtracting, so when I move them over, I do the opposite. To move the B to the other side, I'm going to minus my B. To move my C to the other side, I have to add my C. So 6A minus B plus C is going to be my answer for D. And same thing here, when I have that fraction in front, I'm going to multiply by the 8 to cancel out my fraction. So if I times both sides by 8, here I'm going to have 8A equals, and then I have 1 times all of those things. 1 times B is still B, 1 times C is still C, 1 times a minus D is still a minus D. This one I want to solve for C. Again, my C is positive, so I don't have to worry about like the first problem where I had that negative sign, so I can just move my other 2 terms to the other side. This is a positive B. When I move it over, I'm going to subtract it. This is a negative D. When I move it over, I'm going to add it. So 8A minus B plus D is going to be equal to C.